China has relied on Russian weaponry to rise to military powerhouse. The Stockholm International Peace Research Institute estimated that 77% of China's total arms imports between 2016 and 2020 were from Russia. But China has also relied on stealing military technology from other countries, including Russia. Yao Chen, a former lieutenant colonel staff officer in the Chinese Navy Command, was ordered to carry out a top-secret mission to obtain an anti-submarine helicopter. After the mission, he was sent to prison for 7 years. His story provides an insider's look at Chinese espionage as well as the Sino-Russian arms trade relations. Hi everyone, welcome to Lei's Raw Talk. I'm Lei. This is the first video after Labor Day. Summer is officially over, and I hope everyone had a great summer. Starting in 1990, the Chinese Communist Party's Central Military Commission has allocated $1.5 billion every year to the Chinese Navy and the Air Force for upgrading military equipment. The Air Force gets the money in even years, and the Navy gets it in odd years. In 1993, the Chinese Navy planned to use the budget to buy 2 Russian modern-class 956 missile destroyers, which was the largest destroyer at that time. It was equipped with the advanced Ka-28 anti-submarine helicopters. The Chinese Navy wanted to buy 28 such helicopters because they were far better than a Chinese cloned version of the French Dolphin. But the Sino-Russian negotiation was stuck until 1995, when the Taiwan Strait situation got tense. The Russians knew China wanted the helicopters badly, so they increased the price from $6.5 million to $13.5 million. The Chinese Navy asked the Central Commission for more budget but was denied. Navy Deputy Commander He Pengfei spoke to the boss of Harbin Aero Industrial Group, Yang Shouwen, and the two decided to reverse engineer a Ka-28 and build the helicopters themselves in China. But they needed to obtain an original aircraft, without the Russians being aware, of course. A secret operation codenamed 933 was thus initiated. Lieutenant Colonel Yao Chen, an aviation combat training staff officer in the South China Sea Fleet, was put in charge of the technical aspect of the mission. In a 2021 interview, Mr. Yao gave a detailed account of his involvement in the case. A student named Luo Haitao from one of China's top colleges was selected to be his partner.
他是早年海军装备认证中心在清华大学选的一个学生，他到了俄罗斯莫斯科航空学院学习，其实不叫学习，他拜访了这个卡式飞机之父，叫达林教授。达林教授的2个学生就是俄罗斯的卡式飞机的设计和建造者，卡莫夫设计局和格罗莫夫试飞院。他进入去以后就窃取这方面情报，情报窃取过来以后就开始动手，他就到了哈飞，作为哈飞的一个直升机的一个工程师，然后哈飞和海军就共同协商，由我们2个出去弄这个飞机，因为当时哈尔滨国家安全局配合，就是中国国家安全部配合。我记得哈尔滨国家安全局一个叫白处长，他具体协助给我们做了一整套的，从工作证、身份证、护照有假名，让我们2个出去。
The Chinese found that Laos had 2 Ka-28 helicopters and Vietnam had more. But since Sino-Vietnam relations were not good, they focused on Laos. They mobilized the Chinese intelligence network and zoomed in on the chairman of the Laotian National Assembly, whose daughter was studying at Shanghai Foreign Language University. The Chinese discovered that she was going home in February 1997 for the Lunar New Year and had a connecting flight at Kunming Airport.
我跟罗海涛2个就故意的，因为他照片都给我们了嘛，我就在机场就故意的就找到了这个人，就故意跟他套亲近，认识，然后在了飞机上又跟他谈交易，就说我们在老挝缺翻译， 你能不能当翻译，或者问他父亲是什么的，他不说。但我们知道他父亲是干什么的。然后我们后来就说，我一天给你$100，他干了，因为老挝当时很穷啊。这样的话，通过他，在老挝认识了国会主席，认识了老挝国防部办公厅主任西因他翁，认识了山区公司总裁兼，认识了空军司令，认识了这一大帮的人，然后在那边就封关了，花钱了。当时我们一共花了30万美元拉关系，然后把西因他翁的儿子也搞到了北京第2外国语学院读书，一切费用都含费出。这样的话就在那边跟他们私下给交易。
The Chinese wanted to buy the helicopter, but they didn't reveal that to the Laotians. Yao and his partner only asked to lease the helicopter. The Laotians were not without suspicion. They wanted to know what the Chinese wanted them for.
因为当时我们一开始去的时候是打着中国海洋直升机公司海上石油钻井平台用，因为这个飞机小，声力大，海之公司这个使用比较好。因为海之公司呢，他的老板呢，王斌是王震的小儿子，他是我们南海舰队的副参谋长。然后整个的把南海舰队的一个独气团转为中海之公司他的私人企业，他投资，他把整个一个部队转过去了，因为他跟邓小平关系很好啊。
Mr. Yao revealed that the entire China Ocean Helicopter Corporation was the Chinese Navy's 7th Independent Regiment. The company provided whatever documents, contracts, and papers they needed in Laos. But the Laotians still felt a little uneasy and asked the Chinese, "Are you using the helicopter in the South China Sea?"
我们说不在南海，如果说在南海，他也不会跟我们配合，因为老挝怕越南。南海所有的动作，越南会有意见。我们就说在渤海，哎呦，扯谎扯一大堆了，就骗嘛。这个打消了老挝的念头。在最后一阶段，就是很快就是准备租的情况下，老挝就提出来，已经他打消了念头了，打消了这种怀疑了。哎，不行，你们买下来。我们还半推半就的，他说买啊，他们叫你买吧，我就是缺钱，就这样。
So the Chinese paid $1.5 million for the helicopter, which was far less than the $13.5 million the Russians had asked for. Harbin Aero Industrial Group paid for it. Yao successfully completed the mission, but his nightmare was just beginning. Yao sent a few men to Laos for training how to fly the helicopter. They later flew the aircraft to Luang Prabang near China. At dusk, they flew it into China and landed at Jinhong Airport in Yunnan. Because it was a secret mission, the aircraft was not in the flight navigation forecast. While the helicopter suddenly landed, Chinese border control personnel surrounded it as they had never seen such an aircraft. Yao told them to call Liu Zuoming. Liu was the head of the secret mission and the son of Liu Huaqing, one of the 4 vice chairmen of the Central Military Commission. The junior Liu told the border control that it was a secret Navy mission and that his men should be let go. This incident, however, aggravated an already intense power struggle among the top leaders in the Chinese military. The Air Force couldn't answer the question why they didn't detect a helicopter flown in by the Navy. The power struggle got ugly, and the Russians eventually learned of it. The Russians threatened that they wouldn't sell the destroyers and the helicopters to the Chinese. To protect his son, Liu Huaqing visited Russia half a dozen times. To appease the Russians and settle the matter, the CCP sent Yao Chen to 7 years in prison for disclosing state secrets to people outside China.
为了他们的共产党的国家利益，为了能跟俄罗斯买到武器，因为从共产党建政以来吧，西方国家就对中共武器禁运，他们买不到。台海局势又这么紧张， 他只能买俄罗斯的，俄罗斯一不卖给他，他什么都没有，所以就牺牲我的个人利益，把我当成鸡贼羊。
China bought the 2 Russian destroyers and 8, not 24, Ka helicopters, and was able to clone the aircraft. After the cloned helicopters were made, Yao was released from prison. Yao's story is only the tip of the iceberg. What he described is a typical roadmap used by Chinese spies to steal technologies from other countries.
我海军机关里面出去偷东西的多了。你像我本身就是一个作战舱、作战训练舱，我不是情报人员，就把我派出去干这个事情。就说，那你像那个海事情报部的，还有是其他专业的雷达、这个导弹都出去偷啊。每个部都有出去偷啊，他不偷没办法。
Mr. Yao graduated from the Navy Aerospace Technology Institute, the Navy Aviation Institute, and the Navy Command Institute, and had served in the Chinese military for over 20 years before he was sent to prison. He has talked about the CCP's military strategy and weapon development. I'll share that with you in the coming week. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching.